There are two major AI narratives out there, and both of them are trying to manipulate you into believing that they're saying the truth. Okay, one is the pro-AI, the other one is the one against AI. Okay, the backlash, the thing that we are starting to see now getting bigger and bigger. Now, what I want you to do is to actually do critical thinking and see what is the reality. Because as always, okay, nothing is black and white. It's more likely to be somewhere in the middle. Now, there are reasons why those narratives are out there. Okay, most of the time, okay, without even look at those two, okay, most of the time is for financial gain or power. Okay, there is government, politician reason, okay, kind of ideology behind. They push towards one or the other. What I want to do today is to talk about this and why you need to be careful. Because it's one thing is be against AI or pro-AI for reason, for the right reason, but also understanding the opposite point, because the opposite point is not in both scenarios. In this case, the opposite points have something that is true and valuable. Okay, so this idea of being 100% pro-AI, 100% against AI, it's a trap. So be careful about this. Let's analyze this why it's happening and what are the good points about both of those two narratives. Okay, and my suggestion, I'm gonna explain at the end, is to actually be, it's not even be in the middle, okay? Is to understand both sides. Even in the middle, it's kind of fake reality, okay? This is part of the narrative. We need to go outside the narrative because you and I mean, most of us is getting captured by those narratives, and this is dangerous. So let's look first at what is good with AI, okay? What AI can do for us, really do for us. Okay, so in somehow we are human, okay? We have some amazing abilities, but at the same time we have some limits. Just to give you an example, we can only see a spectrum, a range of colors. Okay, there are infrared, ultraviolet colors that we can't see. Okay, our eyes are not built to do it. So we build tools to be able to do this. Through those tools, we've been doing amazing discoveries. Now, AI, because we can program it, we can give tools, it can do things that we as a human, we can't do by default. Okay, and keep in mind those elements. Okay, so for example, when we talk about, I don't know, whatever image that we see, we never talk about the infrared and the ultraviolet color. Okay, between human, we only talk about what we can see, what we can feel. Okay, because this is how we build. We build within our reality. Now we can build something that can work outside our reality. So therefore, can do something that for us is really difficult. It's difficult to think multidimensional. Okay, if you try to understand quantum physics, you know how complex it is for our mind to stay in the state of quantum thinking. Okay, so for AI instead, it's just an instruction working that way. Okay, we can build AI that it can work and think in those terms. So those human limits can be somehow surpassed by AI, and we can use those AI to do some work for us. Now, this is just to explain a high level what it means to have an AI that actually can give something back to us. Okay, build an AI that can do things outside our understanding. But then we can have AI working for long time on things that will require years for us for development, to build and develop. Okay, so we can ask AI, once we have an AI that is good enough, okay, we can ask AI to work on cancer, to cure the cancer, to resolve the cold fusion, okay, having basically unlimited energy and so on. So AI can really help us accelerate and resolve some real concrete problem. Okay, look about the weather prediction. It's really tough to understand the weather. I mean, as today, it doesn't work already yet. So AI, through quantum computer, we could have a system that can predict the weather. So all those things are extremely useful. Okay, are not maybe as fun as creating a video, but of a cat playing an instrument, but those are actually really useful. So why we should be against AI instead? So against AI means actually understanding and respecting humanity. Okay, so if the idea is, as a human, we shouldn't lose our sovereignty, our cognitive sovereignty, our ability to think critically, emotionally, and so on, means we need to be careful on how we use AI and how we've been taught to use AI. How the AI is by default today is actually a problem because it's remove our agency. So what we have this AI for? Okay, we get this an AI that does the work for us. So basically, is making us more and more lazy, but also, which sometimes is okay, but the real problem is we delegate AI to do our thinking. So the least we think, the less we improve in be able to think. So this create already, it's a problem, okay? So we keep delegating AI for doing the thinking for us, and we become basically more and more stupid. Okay, it's like a muscle that we don't use, it gets smaller. Okay, we lose the ability to do critical thinking, emotional thinking, and so on. And this is happening, and it's proved by science. So there is evidence, there have been run experiments, and this is proven that it's happening. So this is extremely dangerous. So now, and that is an extremely good reason why we should be against AI. But if we look more clearly, it's about pro or against AI for specific reason. It's not for pro for everything or against everything. Okay, I'm against the use of AI when remove my sovereignty, when remove my ability to think, to be creative, and so on. I'm pro AI when augment my ability to make new discovery, to resolve, longevity, and increase longevity, resolve cancer, and so on. On that sense, I'm really pro AI. Okay, I'm really against if it is about thinking replacing human. Okay, in the sense we can't replace human. So let's explain this thing. Okay, the corporate idea, this big corporate idea is to build an AI that is as good as a human, so it can be replaced. Humans can be replaced in the work environment. Why they want to do something like this? Because it's save money, more efficiency. They work 24 hours. They never complain. If they break, you throw it away. You get another one. It's convenience. Okay, it's efficiency, and it's saving money. On the other side, we have our economic system as it is today. Is if we remove humans, if you remove humans and replace with AI, means those humans are out of work. They have no way to make money that are required for living, okay, for surviving. There is no an economic system that actually works at the moment to replace those humans, and then those humans are fine. Because if in reality was be, okay, we are going to replace you human, but then we're going to give you the same money. It's exactly the same. There's no problem. Okay, you just don't come to work and I give you the same money. Okay, you want more, I give you more. Okay, that is a kind of, nobody would say anything, I guess. Okay, some people will say, okay, no, I want to work. Okay, do your work, create your own business. But nobody will have a backlash against those corporations because they're firing people to replace them with AI. They will just, give me the money, it's fine. So we need to understand those things. So the corporation are kind of taking advantage of today business model, today financial system, and say, okay, I'm going to replace human. So they have an incentive to replace human. So they can save money, they can make more money, and so on. And we, as a human, we have an incentive to stop AI from doing so, to stop those corporations. Because if those corporations replace us as a human, we have no money to survive, okay? So it's pretty clear the incentives is not aligned. So it's obvious that there's going to be backlash. Okay, it's obvious this thing is not going to work. And it's obvious the human going to go more and more against AI. Okay, because that is the AI is the one that is replacing you. It's the one that is making you, your kids, yourself, your everybody, making them more better, more stupid. So of course you go against AI. It's the right thing to do. So now, if you are one of those AI bro that think diffusion, so it is about and building efficiency. I totally get you, because I dream about having this amazing AI that can do the work for me and so on. But we need to understand that this needs to be done in the right way with a financial solution. And what is happening is there is this mentality of it's not mentality, it's a financial system. It's called capitalism, and this capitalism belief is that if something is not if a business model doesn't work, so a company and so on, it doesn't work, they should fail and be replaced. Okay, so and until now you can argue yes or no, you like it or you don't like it, but the thing is you can argue that it's been working because they brought more efficiency, they improved, there is competition and so on. Okay, you like it or don't like it, this is the system that we have. Now with AI, something major is changing. Okay, is a system that has no way to protect the people. There's no way. There is no system within capitalism that can say, okay, you go out of work, but now it doesn't matter. You can still get the money to survive. It doesn't exist. So it's not part of capitalism. So there is that thing. But culturally, especially people in US, have always been against socialism. That actually socialism has a solution. So everybody should get the same money and so on. So what is happening is, while a financial system was working until now and created wealth, okay, and again, it's not about being pro or against the capitalism. It's understanding that this is the system we have and see the impact that does on society. So on society, that one was creating a lot of problems, but at the same time was pushing towards, had a massive incentive basically to innovate and lower the price, unless it was corrupted, but lower the price and bring innovation. Okay, so that thing is a lot of society decided to follow that kind of business model, and that is the one that we have. But it doesn't have a solution for the problem that we have today. So the challenge now is, how do we change this financial system? It doesn't work, okay? And so if you are a worker, you need to think, okay, that system doesn't work. The corporation idea that is going to leverage on the system doesn't protect me. And what shall we do? It is a tough scenario. Okay, 2026 is going to be a year where we need to discuss this thing, because the action that we do, the people that we vote basically, can change the direction of this. And also, the point here is how we use AI. Because if let's look at reality. Okay, those are for people that think, the people that process the reality, they see these dynamics. Okay, most of people, what they say, okay, how can I make more money by using AI? How can I have more success with AI? How can I create more content and so on? Okay, so it is this idea of winning the system, and be first means I want to win faster than others, and so on. So the problem here is, if this is the attitude and it's not thinking, but it's actually leveraging on this technology to achieve the maximum that I can, what is happening is that you're going to stop thinking. Because to leverage, what's happening is human are the bottleneck, okay? Meaning we are too slow, not able to multitask. There is a lot of elements. We can work 24 hours, and so on. So what you're going to do what the corporation are doing. But you're going to do it on yourself. You're going to use AI to come out with ideas and then tell me what to... Let's talk about, for example, the creating video for YouTube. Okay, you're watching YouTube, you know what it is. Okay, you see my video, never edited, nothing, just me, human, straight, always honest, always honest in a way that you might not trust what I'm saying, but honest in the sense that there is no editing, there's no manipulation, there's no use of AI, there's nothing. And this is not because I'm against AI, this is because this is the raw reality of me, the human elements, okay? If you use AI, what's happening is AI is gonna give you idea, it's gonna tell you what to say, it's gonna give you how to shoot, idea of b-roll, do the editing, change what you say, and so on. Okay, so at the end, at one point, it's so optimized that we as a human we can't compete. It's too fast, so for us, and it's so perfect if you do it right, if you use it right correctly. In someone creates something that is extremely perfect, really precise, and every single word is used correctly. Every cut, every moment of the video is created correctly, and therefore, for us interacting with such a precision is extremely difficult. Basically, what will happen is that you're gonna start working for AI. You're gonna be the puppet that the AI is gonna manipulate to tell you what to say. Okay, that is the insanity, and it's already happening. Okay, there's already people out there asking AI, what shall I write? What shall I do my video about? What shall I talk about? What shall I say? Okay, everything is being curated by AI, and now they are the puppet working for it, and happy that they are, they're beating the algorithm, so they're doing well. So this is the in somehow the madness of the system. So what I want you to think about is we have more things to be against AI than pro AI. But we as a humanity, we always been evolving and changing the technology that we use. So now we have a technology that is really challenging, and we shouldn't just say no, it's not to it. Okay, we should just learn how to use it, find a way to help people understanding what we want. Okay, because this is the major thing. Unless we have a clear voice, there is an argument to say, yeah, we are doing this for optimization. We are going to cure cancer. They're going to give us, the valid idea, okay? And there is a lot of valid idea. Actually, we should say a little bit more. Okay, so think about the fact that now you have an AI in your pocket that can teach you basically anything in the way that you like to learn. In the sense, it can talk the language that you understand, can give you examples that are relevant to you. So can give you exercise, can create image, diagram, whatever you want, video, so you can learn faster and better and customize to what exactly you want to learn. And this is basically free, okay? Because you can open a free account with most of those AI providers and have a limited access, but you have free access to extremely powerful AI. So think about if you are in a scenario that you are disadvantaged, okay, because of where you're born, because of where maybe the region where you live, because of whatever language you speak, there is less content in your language, or whatever it is, okay. Now, you can have a mobile phone, internet access, and you have basically a PhD level tutor in your pocket. This is incredible. Okay, so this democratization of knowledge is insane. But also the thing that I use the most is I use AI for doing research, deep research. So there is to gain knowledge, basically you need to do research. Okay, but doing research requires a lot of work. Okay, and time. Okay, so you need to become good, know what to research, find the place to research, have access to the knowledge, the correct knowledge, and so on. There is so much information out there that require a lot of work to organize, understand, read, and so on. So something that will take from a few days to a week, okay, can now be done by AI in minutes. Okay, 3-4 minutes. You have a deep research on something that will take you honestly 3, 4, 5 days to do it. And this is incredible, because not just you have access to data, okay, quality data and well-researched data, but you can do more research, and most importantly, sometimes I do, okay, let's talk about me. Sometimes I do the wrong research. So I think I should know this. And only when I go to the end, I realize, actually, this is not what I wanted to know. I want to know this thing that is a parallel, it's something nearby. Okay, so in a few minutes, I can, redirect myself into the right path instead of weeks, basically. Okay, research. This is for me, it's huge. Okay, and I'm gonna share this. I don't like to promote tools in this channel, but for me, it's really evident that Perplexity Pro at the moment does the best deep research out there. Okay, so this is the tool that I use for researchers. So there are something that is incredible, and this is incredible for everything you do. Okay, but now I want to end this video talking about another aspect. Okay, so we have a different way of thinking. Okay, so myself, I found myself in the middle of something between an artist way of thinking and like a more technical way of thinking, like how you call it, engineer thinking. Okay, so I'm always been a little bit there and there, and most people are on one side of another. Okay, me being in the middle, it's kind of uncomfortable, because it's like you don't have your own tribe. Okay, you're there, homeless. Okay, and then I have my friends, my tribe, artist tribe, and then I got my engineer tribe. And the funny thing is, for the artist, okay, I'm the engineer that they can talk with. Okay, I'm the business person, the one that understands technology and so on. Okay, I understand all these more technical aspect of both business and technology itself. For the engineer people, instead of I'm the artist, okay, I'm the weird one, I'm the creative person, the one that, and they have all this vision and so on. And same for the business and so on. Okay, so I'm always an alien for both reality. But in the same time, I've always been the bridge. Okay, I've been always the person that the artist could talk with, because they can't talk with the funny thing. This is incredible. If you put an artist and an engineer in the same room, they can't even talk, because the problem here is the art is not for optimization. Okay, it's exactly the opposite of optimization. It's there to explore and not finding anything. Okay, it's about connecting with whatever the intimate and expressing emotion. It's completely the opposite of optimization. Optimization kill art. Okay, it's something that kills the art. Engineer, they see the artist as a, what's that? Okay, you can do this better. You can improve this. If you do this, it's better. Okay, it's gonna be faster. It's gonna sound better. It's gonna look better. It's gonna do whatever. Okay, so they see. They talk now in ways that artists don't understand. So there is this completely disconnection between them. Now, I believe that nobody is 100% an artist, 100% an engineer. We are all always somewhere in the middle, but we grew up and we've been pushed on one way or on the other. If you're an artist, you don't like math, okay? If you like math, you don't like poetry. It's not even poetry. Probably you don't like sculpture, painting, or something like this, okay? So there is this. We have been pushed into this direction. Even our school, if you go into a technical school, there's no art. If you go into art, there's no engineering and so on. Like there are two different worlds and they should stay divided. So I grew up in the middle and I studied both. And I'm a sound engineer, okay? So I learned how use music from an engineering point of view. I study physics, acoustic, and so on. So I'm always being something in the middle, okay, doing something in the middle. And I've been working as a bridge, okay, all the time. I'm the one that help the artist, for example, understanding the record deal, okay, what kind of business model they should run, because I understand the business side, but I understand the artist's point of view, so I can bridge them and talk in a way that they can both understand but also leverage the art to achieve more. And from the engineering side, I have the creativity to see new business model, okay, to see new way to use the technology that already exists, to put technology together to create something new. Okay, I have this approach as an artist. So I did, for example, something that I did in the field is a design token economy, okay, the one that run on blockchain. And meaning I can see the technology and create something with it, okay, a new business model that we never saw in our life before, okay, because now with this technology, with this decentralized technology, it's possible to create things that were not possible to do before. So I've always been doing this, and now with AI, I'm exploring AI and try to understand it. And what I do is, for me, is not leverage the technology to do, for this the hype thing. Okay, this pushing the technology to make more money and so on. Of course, money is always part of the equation, but the point here for me is I'm really interested to see what kind of AI we need. Okay, what kind of human we need to become to work correctly with AI. Okay, what AI should become and be developed to work correctly with human. So for me, it's again find the moment of connecting these two in a way that is healthy for us. Okay, because connecting them and becoming idiots is not what we should do, right? So for me, is let's do this correctly. Now, this is what I'd like you to do as well. To don't be trapped, don't be captured by those narratives. Okay, I created a sort of philosophy, a movement called Augmentatism. Okay, link in the description. Link in the description also the deep dive of this video. So this idea of augmentatism is how can we augment ourselves as a human through the use of AI. And that means, it doesn't mean, putting implants on my head and change. No, but how can I use AI in a way that can help my specific case scenario? Okay, so now, just to give an example, as a human and as a creative, it's normal to drift, okay? And sometimes I think in this way, sometimes I think in this other, and you also connect with what I was saying about this engineering mind and artistic mind, okay? Sometimes I keep drifting. And sometimes you watch, I don't know, a movie, you read a book, you I don't know, you listen to some music, and that inspires you, and then it just pushes you in a different direction. Okay, and this is normal. It's healthy. It's okay to drift and move around, because this is how we explore. Okay, we explore what is nearby and so on, and we touch different things. This is normal and it's healthy. But at the same time, in the drift, you can get lost. Okay, so you can lose your compass. Say, okay, you start drifting and spend months, years, doing something that it doesn't take you where you decided to go. I'm saying this because I'm using now AI to help me stay on course. Okay, so I give AI instruction of what I want to achieve, how I want to achieve, what's the path, and so on. Okay, so when I drift, and AI can tell me, look, you've been drifting. You're going into this direction that it might be interesting, but it's gonna show you. Means you're not gonna spend the time needed that you allocated to do this other thing. Then I'm always in charge and say, okay, I'm gonna do it or not. So I find this drifting interesting, this new direction interesting. Let's explore a little bit. Let's do a research on it. Let's understand and so on. Okay, and see. Or I can realize, Yeah, you're correct. I was getting lost in something that is not my priority. So thanks for bring me back to reality, and remind me that we agreed to a specific path. So that is extremely useful, at least for me. Another thing that is extremely useful, I have a really short memory, okay? I forget things, forget names, I forget everything, okay? Um, I work more for logic. I remember logic thinking, the sense, no, not even logic thinking, but kind of a way the brains works. Okay, I'm really interested in other people way of thinking, because for me it's a kind of pattern. I like that pattern. I like how you thought in that way. I like the reasoning that brought to this final product or art piece or whatever. This is one of the reasons why I really love working with creatives, because each one of them in somehow a little bit weird and think in a weird way, and it's a kind of exploration of intelligence. I love it, and maybe this is the reason why I'm fascinated with AI, and in somehow I got this. I don't know how to say, but I got this unique approach with AI, that is the one of exploring the intelligence itself more than building this one tool, to make money. I'm not interested in building one tool to make money. I'm interested in the intelligence itself. So now of course I'm getting lost and so on. You see, I was talking about the memory. That is completely connected. So I don't have memory. Okay, I lose memory. I get lost. I drift and I get lost. Okay, I need memory. So I'm really want to create an AI that can help me with memory. Okay, and memory is a weird thing, okay, but for me it's extremely important because I forget things. So I want AI to keep remembering what we've been doing, my action and so on, so I can quickly access my memory. Did we do this? Shall we do this research, or we did it already? It's a few things, but for me, having an AI that is always aware about my work allows me to rely more on the memory there. Now, if we think about, so I'm now relying more on the memory of AI, but I'm 52 years old. This problem I had all my life, okay? So it's not something now I give to AI, I'm gonna become an idiot because I can't remember anything. Okay, probably I'm gonna lose a little bit of ability of memory, but I'm on a level that I need to gain more memory. Okay, that is so what I gain, it's a lot compared to what the little I lose. So there is this element, and so it's something to think about. So what I invite you to do is first read the blog post, because this is gonna go deeper into this topic. But I'd like to hear why you are against AI, why you're pro AI, and try to look into the other side. Okay, I'm against AI, but I see this element, this one single thing in AI that is fascinating. And the opposite, if you are into AI, if you're pro AI, if you're one of those AI bros, tell me what you find in the other side. What is the problem with AI? Why we shouldn't somehow avoid AI? Okay, what kind of change we need to bring into the AI industry so the AI actually grow in a better way. Thanks for staying until now. Like and subscribe, and see you next time. Ciao.